Hey guys, can you hear me now? Fresh. Oh my gosh, there I am on YouTube. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to this way. Yeah, sure that's. I thought I would try and go through StreamYard. This is my first time, and I realized there's another button I had to click. So how are you guys? I am really glad to be here. Hello, Matnat. Hello, Sparkle Sanctuary. Matnat says, hi everyone, working and listening. I'm on my mobile data. Yeah, it is not good, is it? No. So I'm going to try and do something here. Okay. Yeah, the hurricane knocked out a fiber line down south, and it knocked out net for the lot of East Coast, and the net here in my town. It's down for over 18 hours. Yeah. This is not a little storm, and I am hoping that everyone is staying safe. Please do take care of yourself first and foremost. Hello, Mary. How are you? Oh my goodness, guys. I have so much to share with you. I even did a preparation. I am so glad. So this week has been busy and exciting. We have a star amongst ourselves. It was not planned. It just kind of came about, and I was so excited. You guys all know about my fur baby. Well, I guess stop, Rhonda. I need to do something first. Welcome to Dippin' Time. This is a place of curiosity and creativity. My name is Rhonda, and I'm really glad you're here. I am so glad that I just kind of jumped right on in. So as you can tell, almost anything goes here. There is acceptance, there's no judgment, and I'm just really glad to be here. Thank you if you are returning, and welcome if you're new. You'll get the authentic me usually because I don't know, just because. Yeah, Mutnett says it is crazy. Yeah, just I was watching part of it yesterday evening, and that storm does not look very nice at all. So hopefully everyone is doing okay. Like I said, do look after yourself first, and know that you are in thoughts and prayers. So we have, as I was saying, this is my first time on YouTube through StreamYard, so we're playing with it. Thank you for having your patience. I really do appreciate you guys. We have a star amongst us. So I wasn't planning on doing this. I've been looking for a picture of a ferret that reminds me of Dipper. And I think it's more like dogs, where when you look for a picture of that reminds you of your baby, it doesn't quite look right, and there's just so many different types. I kind of found that with ferrets. So our fur baby Dipper, I've been looking for a picture of this baby, and it's been really hard to find one like her. Go ahead. She is a seal point, but each ferret has different markings on it. And there is a new company, Mystical Dream Diamonds, that I am working on one of my canvases for, Kindred Spirits. And the artist is Cocomarshmallow. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I like your art. And it turns out she is Canadian. And she had this one of like white squirrels. You get through one with the diamond art. And she has one on Instagram of ermines. So they're similar to ferrets, but you usually find them in like wintry areas, and they usually burrow through the snow. And I said, this looks so cute. It reminds me of Dipper. And I sent her a picture of Dipper, and she's like, oh, I've always wanted to do a ferret. I'm like, really? You're going to do a ferret? Ooh, I'd love to see one. That was my intention. She came and did one based off of Dipper, and it goes live today. Look at this baby. It is in a wintry scene. It's got the trees. It has the aurora borealis. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And if I zoom into her face, that is her face. She actually has these little white dots. They're like little eyebrows on her head. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. So I definitely put the links to Mystical Dream Diamonds down below. I put the link to this little guy. And they actually named this painting Dipper. I feel so honored. I have this one coming. Of course, I had to have it. So I was so excited. And it's funny. A lot of people think, only humans can kind of let like fame go to their head. Well, let me tell you. We went to the mailbox. Let me pause this. And I videotaped this, and it was like the funniest thing. She pops out of the mailbox. She is just having a hoot in and of herself. She's like, ah. And then not only did she do that, she rubbed herself all over our mail and was digging through stuff, just having a grand old time. I'm just like, we were standing at the mailbox for like probably a good 3 minutes. I thought people were gonna like, what are you doing? Suspicious activity. But she's literally in there rubbing herself and doing upside down jacks, and oh my goodness. Then what she ended up doing was falling asleep. She fell asleep because, being famous, it gets really tiring. So she had to have a nap. And I'm like, you can't sleep in the mailbox. Like, what are you doing? And I had to pull her out because I'm like, that can't be very comfortable. But I've discovered that ferrets can sleep anywhere. It's actually really quite funny. So that came out this week. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. If I bring it up, where is it? It is a 50 by 50 with ABs and mystical dust. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's just, not only do I get to actually have like the real Dipper with me, I actually get to make the painting and then actually hang it up. So I'm really excited. So if you guys like ferrets or you like Dipper, by all means, go check this out. Mystical Dream Diamonds has some new paintings coming out. Today was release day. Definitely go check them out. Yeah, just amazing. As we're going through this, I've got more things to talk to you guys about. I would appreciate if you could hit the like button just for those algorithms. Would be really appreciated. It's hard to believe that we're near the end of September. We've gone, like, this month has gone by really, really fast. And back at the beginning of June, our city had one of the main water main feeder pipes break. We finally have like a full week of regular water. Yes. Unbelievable. That's been nice, but it's also, we're going into fall. So we'll see what happens. September has also been CPTSD Awareness Month to bring awareness of how complex PTSD is different than PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And that it's important. So Rebecca and I, Sparkle Sanctuary, have started to do mental health musings videos monthly. We had our first one last month, and we are going to be releasing October's on October 1st, and the plan is to go forward monthly and kind of just share our thoughts. Definitely not professionals. We're not going to diagnose or fix things, but just have a general conversation, open, non-judgmental, have kind of questions back and forth. We are going to try and set that up slightly different this month because we would like to have people go to both of our channels to get to know us and just feel safe. Okay, so when that one comes out, you'll notice a slight difference where half of it will be on my channel and half of it will be on Rebecca's channel, just to get to know us. What other things do I have? Well, I have worked on my paintings, and as we wrap up this month, there are events that are wrapping up, and then we're preparing for new events or continuation of events going forward. I'm going to try and flip my camera so you can actually see instead of me sitting here trying to hold it. Let's see how good I am at this. Yay! Sorry, I got excited. So this is my elephant. And I've got the bottom done, and I'm getting the flowers here done. But this is the little section that I've been working on today. I had to do some cleaning so I could actually make room. And my overhead arm finally wore out, so I had to get a new one. So this is going to be my new setup. So I'm going to be able to actually videotape and work as I talk with you guys. And then the top of it, let me push all that stuff down. Here is the top. And I kind of stopped doing the top because it has more of the enhancement stuff in it. And because this isn't enhanced with a kit, and so like, how when you go to DP with sparklers that you can buy an enhancement kit or gem shops, and then you take that enhancement and they tell you where to place it. Well, this is my first enhancement by myself. So, and because it's confetti, I need to really kind of focus and put it down and then realize what I'm working on. And it takes a lot of brain power. So what I thought I would do is just kind of stop here and then work on the bottom. Work on the bottom where it's a little more consistent, and then I can start adding in things and it's a little easier. So I'm going to finish all this and then I'm going to get into the trunk of this elephant where the gems are. And I cannot wait because Sue Bell bought me some special gems to put on the elephant trunk, and I want to give her a shout out. Once I get to that point, I am definitely going to be showcasing that. I got charms, and I have shells. I have metallics. These are ones I bought. I have crystals. I have sparklers. I have pearls. And of course, I'm like, let's go big, because I like to go big. You can't do everything. I'm like, maybe I need to think about this. So, anyways, so this is my elephant. I'm going to put it this way so you can see the bling. And then, as some of you may know, I am taking this elephant and I'm going to do a cross stitch of this elephant. So I need to give you an update on that. I have purchased the linen for it. Let me bring my face back before I do this. It turned the camera button off. Okay. So I've gotten the cloth for it, the emery cloth. I have most of my floss for it. I have my needles. And I've joined a hobby craft that gets together every Thursday for an hour and a half. So that's gonna be my project every Thursday. That's the only thing I'm going to focus on, because if I don't, I'm not going to get this done. I don't want it done. What's great about this group is there is a person who is very familiar with beads, and they make jewelry with beads. So I will have them to ask for assistance. There is an embroiderer or a cross stitch person who's been doing it for like 30 years. So if I come up against any challenges in that moment, they've already offered to help me with that, which is really good, because I am used to like the simple basic cross stitch, and I really want to bling this out. And I'm hoping to add like pearls and glass beads and special shape beads, and I'm even thinking of maybe adding some sequins to it. I don't know. Like, I'm thinking really big. So I'm really excited. I'll be able to give you more of an update on that specifically next week. But to let you know that I have not forgotten about it. I am making progress on it. I did find my cross stitch embroidery laptop or lap frame. I lost that, but I found it. So we're working on that. And then for the events that I've been working on, so this elephant one has been for The Great Escape DP 2024. And I've been working on Howl at the Moon 2024 with Erica, Kevin's wife. And I have a diamond painting from Bella Arts that is absolutely beautiful. It is Love Falls. It's this beautiful wolf. And I'm working on that one again for Grills and Chills 2024. Then next month, I'm just going to focus on a couple of events because I'm finding it just a bit overwhelming. Just trying to keep everything in sequence and making sure I haven't forgotten anything. I'm going to be doing the Craft or Treat 2024 with DP Addiction Adventures and Crafting and Crime Daily. So that will start October 1st and that will run for the month. Then there is another one. It's hashtag ADHD Awareness 2024 that Nyx is going to be hosting through Phoenix Fantasy. And I'm going to continue using my Fall Loves through it. So that canvas can has orange in it, which is the ribbon for ADHD. My Craft or Treat, I'm actually going to continue working on my Witch's Hour from Captured by Radiance. It's a fairly large canvas, so I've tried to prepare it this month so I can finish it next month. I really don't like having WIPs, work in progress. I like finishing my paintings. So that's been a bit of a challenge for me this month because I'm working on so many different things. I'm like, oh, am I getting any further? Or am I doing like one step ahead, two steps back? So I'm going to focus on the paintings that I have. I'm going to narrow it down to 2 events because also don't forget, I'm going to be working on, I'm trying to get the cross stitch of this elephant done as well. The other thing I've been trying to find is I have a beaded embroidery that I got for a present last year, and I absolutely love it. It is beads all the way through. It is a partial, so it's not all the whole canvas. It is this one here. So all these lines are all beads. Well, in here, those are micro beads. They're smaller beads. Well, and the needle is very fine. Well, I keep breaking them. And I'm trying to find other needles that will work so I can finish working on that or continue working on it because I'm not even halfway finished. And it's been like 6-7 months since I started looking for needles. And I'm like, how hard can it be to find a needle? How hard? Well, I'm like, there's different brands. I get it. But there's actually different types of needles. So these ones are actually beading needles. And then there's different sizes. So the middle ones are size 10 and the other ones are size 13. And everyone's like, Rhonda, 11 or 12 should be fine. Well, I've sent back many needles. And because they're fine needles, a number of them have actually been broken through delivery. So I finally got these ones. These are pony needles. They are size 12 for beads. And I pulled that out and success. I now have needles that will go through my tiny micro beads. That came yesterday. So I get to work on that one. Yay! So what's next? Well, because I have lots of time on my hands, I wanted to do some more art as well. So I've signed up for an art class that runs 8 weeks, an hour and a half every Tuesday morning. And I will be going and learning how to actually draw. So what I'm finding is by doing the diamond painting and beading, it's helping me look at things slightly different so I can actually figure out, okay, well, how do I want to draw that line? How do I want to add shade? How do I color and blend colors? It's not as easy as it looks. And it takes a lot of, it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. There is no such thing as perfection. And just to free myself of those constraints. So I've been trying to do that. But I also know that by having these diamond paintings and the beaded stuff, that will get me probably through to almost the end of the year if I really, really focus on it. But then what do I do for next year? And I know, like, I love Josephine Wall, and I love those canvases. They all very confetti heavy. And I've always wanted to try diamond painting Deutschland. So I've done a little more search on that. And I don't want to just buy a painting. I need to look at cost and time and size and material. And I also know that I'm not a huge fan of double-sided adhesive. I know that. I haven't given up on it. However, I'm thinking that if I order another Josephine Wall, so I can do a comparison between the current one I have from the one with the diamond art and one from Deutschland, and I know I struggle with double-sided adhesive, am I going to really enjoy working on this canvas with lots of confetti and being double-sided adhesive and space? Because the other one I have is really large. And what I'd like to do is, this is my thinking process, is I'd like to have both of them out so I can kind of do a comparison. You know, I do one square on this one, and I do one square on this one. I can look at the drills, I can look at enhancements, I can look at the adhesion and how much I'm enjoying it. If I'm not really enjoying the double-sided adhesive, and I'm not a real strong multi-placer, I much prefer my tweezers and single placing, hence I like confetti. The shipping from Deutschland is $70 regardless. And I think, is that Canadian or in euros? I can't remember. And the painting itself is going to be over $100 Canadian. I'm not sure that's a worthy investment and how I'm going to enjoy my time. So I've been really sitting with thinking about this past week of, let's be realistic. Let's look at the facts. Let's be unbiased and do my pros and cons. So And I know there are people who love double-sided adhesive. So I reached out to Deutschland and I inquired about, are all the Josephine walls double-sided? Or can we request poured glue? Currently, at this time, all the Josephine walls and anything that is produced in-house is double-sided. Anything that is manufactured outside, and then shipped is poured glue. So that was interesting because I thought Deutschland was all double-sided. So I'm glad I asked the question because they were able to send me, they replied to my email and they actually gave me a way to tell which one is, which ones are not double-sided. I'm just going to bring that up. What did I do with that? What did I do with it? Ah, there it is. They said, all pictures not from our own production we produced in China are made with the liquid glue. So they have given me a link for pictures from their own production. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to put it in the chat. So all of these ones are double-sided. Which I thought was really interesting because, like I said, I thought Deutschland was all double-sided. And they're not. So sometimes just asking for clarification. I know sometimes asking is hard because we don't want to look stupid. We don't want to look like we don't know what we're talking about. Sometimes I just kind of take the information and go, it is what it is. But it was interesting that they clarified my perception of them, because I don't think I have seen anywhere on there, or maybe I've overlooked it, where it says these ones are double-sided and these ones are poured glue. Now, I know a lot of companies are going to the poured glue, which I much prefer. It's not that I don't like double-sided, but for the way I place my drills, it really slows me down. And I already go slow because I'm a single placer with tweezers. So, hello, Irene. Hello. How are you? Hope you are doing well. So, yeah, it's interesting. Now, I am going to ask them if they do plan on ever doing poured glue in addition, or having it as an option for, but I know that, okay, so I'm pausing my thoughts here because in order to produce something, there has to be a contract to make sure that there's no copyright infringements and so forth. And maybe that is something Deutschland can look at for their Josephine walls. And maybe, I know they're expensive already, but in all honesty, I would probably pay to get the poured glue because I just don't like double-sided. And I think the other reason why I don't like double-sided is because I move my canvases. I don't just lay it out and then work on it. Where I do my canvases is a multi-use area. So I'm finding, like, even with the ones I'm working on right now, because I like the larger sizes, anything over 50 by 50. When I went to puppy sit, I took 3 canvases with me. So that means I had to roll them up. I had to take all my drills. And then I had to unroll them to work on one, move it, bring another one, move it, bring another one. And when you continually do that with these canvases, I'm finding that some of the, because they're moving, it has the flexibility of the canvas and the drills would move. Not a whole much, but some. And I hadn't really thought about that until I started dealing with the puppy sitting and doing this last month or so. Because usually I take a painting, I don't know about you guys, but usually I take a painting, I lay it out, and I work on it. And it doesn't move unless I'm moving it. But I'm not rolling it up, storing it, bringing it back, unrolling it. How do you guys, or what have you found when you're working on multiple projects? Because that kind of made me stop and think, like, do I really want to work on this many whips? I think it would be fine if they were smaller, if they were like 30 by 40 or 40 by 40, but not necessarily larger than a 50 by 50, if you understand what I mean. Because, you know, having like this one here right now is a 65 by 83. And I've had to roll this one up multiple times, even going from this table to my other table, and then rolling it up to take it to puppy sit and then unroll it and bring it back. And then like, oh my gosh, there's dog hair on there now. And like, how do you guys do it? Like, I know some people, they thrive in multiple canvases. Sparkle sanctuary. Some people hang them up on clips in their closets when they have multiple whips. So I have seen some people do that. And they use like pant hangers, if I recall correctly. I'm just trying to think of the closets I have. I could give that a try. What other options are there? I mean, I was thinking of maybe like putting something up here and then kind of clipping it there. The other thing I was thinking, and don't mind my mess, the other thing I was thinking was, this is my other table, and it's usually up against the railing. What if, and I'd have to make sure that the canvas wasn't wider than that, but maybe if I could hook it so I could flip it over, and then like if there's multiples, I could flip the ones underneath it down and then pull out the one I'm working on and then leave the other ones that are up. That might be an option. I don't know. Muttnut says, you know me, I always have whips of all sizes. Yeah, I know. Like, how do you do it, Muttnuts? Yes, I know. Part of it is having change. Sparkle says you could get mounting hooks for the wall and use clips on the images. Yeah, I could. I told my husband, like, I could just take like this whole area, take everything down, and I can just use this as my gallery. Kind of chuckled. But you never know. You never know. So maybe that is something I can take a look into and see what the options are. Because, I hadn't thought about the railing until I showed it to you guys. Might have to try that. Interesting. So the other thing I'm toying with, so like many, we have lots of ideas and thoughts, and we can be squirrels and go down rabbit holes. Hang on 2 seconds. Muttnut says, I use hangers and clip the canvases on with binder clips, and then they hang on a green screen stand I have set up. Ooh, that's another idea, right? So you use bull clips, if I'm understanding correctly. Now, I have used bull clips, and then I have to like stretch them because I don't want them like increasing or creasing the canvas. Now, I also have these ones. I just got them from the dollar store. There's like some plastic on there, so they're softer on the canvas. And what I use these ones for is to hold my canvas. So if I'm working on that end and I have limited space, then I can roll. I can roll my canvas and I can clip it because I put my extra drills inside, and then I just need to worry about working on that one side and it's not in my way. And it doesn't leave any marks, which is what's really nice. So I think I'm going to have to look into that and see what I can come up with. And I'm loving you guys' suggestions. Anybody on the replay, by all means, let me know what your suggestions are of how you store multiple whips while you're working on them and you're going between them all. That was hard. I will have to remember to talk about how I hang them in my Tuesday life. Yes, Muttnuts, please. Anybody else who's here, if you guys want to talk about that as well, I would love to hear different perspectives, what works, what doesn't work, especially for different locations, because we all work in different locations. So I'm kind of looking at that. So the other thing that I'm considering, because my birthday's coming up and my family's like, what do you want for your birthday? And of course, Christmas coming up. So I'm like, well, what do I want versus what do I need? I know I'm going to need a canvas for like the winter. And I know I really wanted to work on, I really, really wanted to work on a Deutschland, but looking at the realities and the facts, I am probably more likely to order an image from Deutschland that is poured glue, which eliminates or removes the Josephine Wall images. And if I'm doing that, and if shipping is a flat rate, I really need to think about it. So that will be something I will be kind of looking through and really deciding what do I want. However, I know there are companies that are coming out with like advent calendars, diamond paintings. I am an individual who likes details and an overall image, not a big page with individual pictures. And I'm really hesitant in getting an Advent if I know it's not going to be something I'm going to enjoy. But it needs to be something that, like, I love mysteries. I have no issues with black and white canvases. I know Diamond Painting UK, no, sorry, Diamond Art UK, Diamond Art Studios, that's in the UK. I'll get it eventually. They had an advent calendar last year. I didn't get it. They have a Spookmas Advent right now that has 12 different days on it, and they're all like different Halloween, fall images, but they're like little frames on their canvas. And I'm like, no, that's not my style. What they do have that I'm thinking about, and you guys let me know. Their canvases are poured glue. So this is a poured glue one. They do have an advent calendar for December that has 25 days on it. And apparently this is it's called a Woodland Winter's Tale. It is more like a converted cross-stitch diamond painting. You'll get little envelopes. Each envelope is for one day. So you have 25 envelopes that are sealed. And on that day, you open one, and they have a chart that shows you where the numbers go on the canvas. And it is a gridded canvas. And you actually, there's no symbols on the canvas. So it's just like a converted cross stitch, and you transpose and you put all the drills where that card tells you to put it. What's different with this one this year is it's one image, which I much prefer. It also is Winterland, and apparently it is British wildlife. So that's kind of checking off the boxes for me, because I haven't done a converted cross stitch, and I know many people do them, and I know Bling It Up is doing one right now with Princess Tia, and this kind of gives me an opportunity to do a converted cross stitch. It's wildlife. It's one image per day. It is, what size is it? It is a 45 by 50, so it's not huge. They have a flat rate. The only thing that might be is there might be import fees from the UK to Canada. So I don't know. See, yes, smut nuts. I take a canvas and divide it into the 25 sections for Advent calendar for Christmas, not done it for any other holiday though. So that's what I'm doing for my Josephine wall. Well, that's what I initially thought, but it's way too big and way too confetti heavy. But I have done that for other ones where it's like, you divide them. Okay, you go this size by that size, and I have this many days, and you divide it proportionally, so you get a section, and then you can decide which sections you want to do at a time. So that is an idea. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided if I'm just going to order it, and then, because it's a pre-order, and I have until, I think it's October 2nd or 3rd to place the order to ensure I get it in November, because they're going to place the order all at once. And then when it does arrive, I'll just give it to the family they can wrap it and it would be a late birthday present, and I still have no idea what it is. So I kind of like that idea too. I don't know. Have you guys done, like, what do you guys think? I have no idea. I'm trying to let myself just kind of sit with it, and see if I'm still drawn to it, if I really want to do it. And because they have a flat rate, I might try some of their putty and just add that added to it. And then I thought, well, I could technically do that with, like, I really want one from Francisca Studios, but I know they also don't ship to Canada yet. And the one I really, really want is out of stock anyways. But I want to try another company that I haven't tried. It's not that I don't like the companies I have. It's just I want to try. And this whole channel is all about trying. So we're going to try. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Because I'm sure there will be other companies that will have advent calendars out. I just haven't seen them. If you guys know of other ones. And then, of course, the other thought I had was, what if I get it, but I don't finish it in time? And then I'm trying to remind myself that it's not a race and we just work on it at our own pace. And it's fine whenever. So it is more of a wintry one. It has blues in it. It's by an art that I am not familiar with. And I did try and look them up and see what it looked like, what their style was like. And it's more of glass etching, but the images I do see are very like forestry and wildlife and nature. And I'm like, okay, I might just have to take the leap of faith. I don't know. The other thing that I would really like to try, if you guys have tried them, are the Trabex, the containers that have the lid, but the container actually has the lines in them. So it's like one container for your drills, and you can just pop it open, shake it, and take your drills right out of it. Right now, I much prefer my round containers. I am working with Tic Tacs. I really am discovering I do not like Tic Tacs because I take them out of the foam and then they just go. And I know Tmall has the little grids. The one I have right now is for my rounds. But I also don't use a lot of different color. Well, let me rephrase that. I use a lot of different colors because I like the confetti. So if I use the tray, I'm still coming in with having to place it back in the hole. And then, I don't know, Muttnut says, OMG, they now saying that they don't know when they will have the net back on. OMG, going to be a long night. Hate using mobile data. Oh no, sorry, Mutts. Oh, that really sucks. Oh my goodness. I'm hoping you have a really good data plan, because that can get also very expensive and it is not as stable sometimes. So it kind of comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. I have one last item that I want to just touch base on. I'm just looking at the time. I want to be mindful of your time. And I really do appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. If you do like, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. The one last thing I want to touch base with is November and December. I'm going to have my first event with DP Addiction Adventures, Jennifer Roberts. It's going to be my first event. I am so looking forward to it. I am so nervous. It is hashtag Sparkle All the Way 2024. This is going to be us for the last 2 months of 2024, cheering each other on, and we're just going to sparkle all our way to the end. It's going to be a relaxed kind of event. It's not going to be jump through this hoop, go underneath this tunnel. It is whatever you have that makes you sparkle, that gives you that glimmer, that gives you that warmth, that interests you. We are still working out details. We are getting sponsors, and we're just going to have fun. So we're going to sparkle all the way 2024. Mutnut says, I have unlimited data, but means can only watch on phone, tablet, or crappy Chromebook. Yeah, there's restrictions, right? Yeah, restrictions. Yeah. It's amazing how much we rely on technology, and we only notice it when it's not there. Oh no, Mutnut says you're getting a thunderstorm. Ooh. Well, hopefully it's not severe. Hopefully it goes by fast. Hopefully it goes around. I definitely will be keeping you in my thoughts and prayers. That was a lot I had to share today. Wow. So I am going to try and let me rephrase that. I am working on figuring out how to do some time lapses. This is really hard with my poor little brain. And how to do some ASR videos. And my plan is to do one at least for each canvas I'm working on. So please wait for those. And I'm going to try and I'm going to share some of my beading stuff with you guys and see how that comes. Because I know, so that's the other thing I saw on Diamond Nana is she's found a cross stitch beaded cross stitch that she's going to be working on. And I'm really excited. Other people are that I'm noticing are picking up some of the beaded embroidery stuff as well. I am so excited. And I cannot wait to see how these ones come out. Mutnut says they say things come in threes. Well, maybe you missed one. Yeah, maybe you missed one. It's already gone by. Just cross your fingers. So yes. Hopefully it's okay there, Mutz. Hopefully it's okay. Our weather here has definitely started becoming autumn-like. Got up yesterday morning and I took a step outside with Dipper and it was like, oh, it's chilly. She was like, no, Mom, I'm done. And she literally crawled over my shoulder and I'm like, okay, my fair weather baby, my little star. It was the funniest thing. And I'm really hoping that people that are going to the retreats that you guys have safe travels, you meet wonderful people and you have fun. I know there's a couple of retreats going on right now. I hope you guys are having a lot of fun. I really do. I'm looking forward to hearing some of the stories. Principal Painter's going. Tia's going. Berta's going. Cheryl G. Gma. I'm really happy for you. And I can't wait to hear what some of the stories are. So if you're going to one of their retreats, have fun and safe travels. Okay. On that note, I think I'm going to sign off. And I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you for being here. But more importantly, thank you for being you. There's only one of you. I see you. I hear you. I appreciate you. So remember, whatever you're doing the best you can with what you have in this moment. You've got it. And I will see you guys soon, raccoons. Bye.